Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are feeling calm today. Let me tell you a story about words. Words that make people laugh. Words that make people cry. Words that travel across time. Can you imagine this one person changes a language? One person changes how we speak. It sounds impossible, but it is real. This story is about a man who lived long ago, more than 400 years ago. But his words are still alive today. We still use them every day. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a small town, quiet streets, a simple life, and a young boy with big dreams. He had no power. He had no money, but he had something special. He loved words. He loved stories. That boy became someone great. His name was William Shakespeare. Before we start this journey, if you enjoy simple English story, William Shakespeare was born in 1564. He was born in a small town. The town was called Stratford-upon-Avon. It was in England. It was a quiet place. There was a river. There were simple streets. His father was John Shakespeare. His father worked with leather. He made gloves. He worked very hard every day. His mother was Mary Arden. She came from a family with land. Her family was more comfortable. William was not the only child. He had brothers. He had sisters. They lived together as a family. Life was simple at that time. There were no cars. There was no electricity. People worked every day. Families stayed close. When William was young, he went to school. His school was a grammar school. At school, he learned Latin. He read old stories. He studied language. He studied poetry. He loved words. He loved how words sounded. He loved how words made pictures. But his life was not easy. His family did not have much money. He had to stop school early. He had to help his father. But one thing stayed with him. He never stopped loving stories. He never stopped thinking about words. When William was a teenager, life became more difficult for him. His family did not have enough money and every day was a challenge. He could not continue his studies, even though he loved learning. He had to leave school early and start helping his father. This was not his dream, but it was his duty. He worked with leather, he helped make gloves, and he spent long hours doing simple work. But inside his heart, something was still alive. He still loved words. He still loved stories. When the day was over, he found time to read. He listened to people. He watched the world around him. He learned from life, not only from books. He was quiet, but he was thinking all the time. Sometimes he felt sad. He felt that his life was too small. He lived in a small town. He had no big chances, but he did not give up. He kept his passion inside. He kept his dream alive. He did not know it yet, but these hard days were teaching him something important. They were teaching him about people, about struggle, about real life. And one day these experiences would become stories. Stories that the whole world would listen to. When William was 18 years old, his life changed again. He made a big decision. He got married. The woman's name was Anne Hathaway. She was older than him. She was 26 years old. Their life together started quickly. Soon they had their first child. Her name was Susanna. After that they had twins, a boy and a girl. Their names were Hamnet and Judith. Now William was not just a young man. He was a husband. He was a father. He had a family to care for. He needed money. He needed stability. But life in Stratford was still small. There were not many chances to grow. Every day felt the same. Work was simple. Money was limited. The future was unclear. William began to feel pressure. He wanted to do more. He wanted to give his family a better life, but he also had a dream inside him. A quiet dream. A dream about stories, about words, about something bigger than his small town. This was not an easy time. He had responsibility on one side. He had dreams on the other side. He had to choose a path. Deep inside, he knew something. If he stayed, his life would stay the same. If he left, everything could change. This moment became a turning point, A quiet but powerful moment. A moment that would lead him to a new world. After some time, William made the most important decision of his life. He decided to leave Stratford. He decided to go to London. This was not an easy choice. It was a hard and painful choice. He had a wife. He had children. But he also had a dream. London was far away. Travel was slow and difficult. Roads were not safe. The journey took many days. When he left, he did not know what would happen. He did not know if he would succeed, but he still went. He believed in something. He believed in his future. When William arrived in London, everything was different. The city was big and noisy. There were many people. There was danger. There was sickness. People lived very close together. Life was not easy in the city, but London had something special. It had theaters. Theaters were full of life. People came to watch stories. Rich people sat in seats. Poor people stood outside. Everyone came together for one thing: stories, emotions, dreams. William started from the bottom. He had no name. He had no power. He worked small jobs. He helped actors. He learned slowly. Day by day he watched. He listened. He understood how the stage worked. He was still poor. He was still unknown. But inside him the fire was growing. The dream was getting stronger. And step by step he moved closer to it. Slowly William began to change his life. At first nobody noticed him. He was just a small worker in a big city. But he did not stop learning. He watched every play. He listened to every actor. He studied every word on the stage. Day by day he understood more. He understood how people spoke. He understood how people felt. He saw love. He saw anger. He saw fear. He saw hope. All these emotions stayed in his mind. Then one day he tried something new. He started to write. His first works were simple. They were not perfect, but they were real. People could feel them. People could understand them. At first only a few people knew his name, but slowly more people started to notice. They liked his stories. They liked his words. His writing was different. It felt alive. William did not become successful in one day. He worked hard every day. He wrote again and again. He improved little by little. Sometimes he failed. Sometimes people did not like his work. But he did not stop. He believed in himself. He believed in his voice. And step by step his name began to grow. His stories began to spread. From one theater to another. From one group of people to many. The boy from a small town was no longer invisible. He was becoming someone. Someone with a voice. Someone the world would soon hear. William's life was getting better, but then something painful happened. His success was growing, but his heart was hurting. His son Hamnet became very sick. At that time there was no good medicine. There were no hospitals like today. Many children did not survive illness. William was far away in London. He was working. He was writing. He was chasing his dream. But his family was in Stratford. When he heard the news, it was already too late. His son had died. Hamnet was only 11 years old. This loss broke William's heart. He was a father. He felt deep pain. He felt sadness that words could not fully express. After this moment, something inside him changed. His writing became deeper. His stories became more emotional. He began to write about loss, about death, about difficult choices. You can feel this pain in his plays. You can see it in his characters. They suffer. They think. They struggle. Just like him. Even when his life looked successful on the outside, inside, he carried a quiet sadness. But he did not stop. He did not give up writing. Instead, he used his pain. He turned it into stories. Stories that touched millions of people. Stories that made people feel understood. His pain became his power, and his loss became part of his greatness. After many years of hard work, William finally reached an important moment in his life. He was no longer just a small writer. He became a well-known name in London. People started to respect him. Theaters wanted his plays. Actors wanted to perform his stories. His words were everywhere. His voice was strong. His ideas were powerful. He wrote about kings and queens. He wrote about love and hate. He wrote about dreams and fear. His stories touched many people. Rich people loved his work. Poor people also loved his work. Everyone could understand his stories. Everyone could feel something inside their heart. This was his special gift. He could speak to all people, not just one group, not just one class. During this time, he joined a famous group of actors. The group was called the Lord Chamberlain's Men. Later, they became the King's Men. This was a big step in his career. He also worked at a special theater. It was called the Globe Theater. This place became his home. This place became his stage. He did not only write, he also acted. He stood on the stage. He felt the audience. He understood what people loved. This made his writing even better. His success grew bigger and bigger. He earned money. He bought property. He helped his family. But even with success, he stayed focused. He kept writing. He kept improving. He kept telling stories that the world would never forget. After reaching great success, William made another important decision in his life. He decided to return to Stratford. The big city had given him fame and money, but his heart still remembered his home. He was older now. He had worked for many years. He had written many plays. He had lived a full and busy life. Now he wanted something different. He wanted peace. He wanted to be close to his family again. When he returned, life became slower. The noise of London was gone. The stage lights were far away. He spent more time at home. He walked in the quiet streets. He looked at the river. He lived a simple life again. But inside him he was not the same man. He had seen the world. He had understood people deeply. He carried many memories. Some were happy. Some were painful. He still thought about his son. He still felt that loss. But he also felt proud. He had built something great. He had created stories that people loved. Even when he stopped writing as much, his work continued to live. His plays were still performed in London. People still talked about his words. His name was still strong. In these final years, he found balance between success and silence, between the past and the present. He was no longer chasing anything. He was simply living. And sometimes that is the greatest success of all. In the final stage of his life, William Shakespeare left behind more than just memories. He left behind a powerful legacy. He had written many plays. He had written many poems. In total, he created 37 plays and 154 sonnets. These works were not just stories. They were reflections of life. They showed love, fear, hope, and pain. They showed what it means to be human. His words were simple, but they were deep. People from different countries could understand them. People from different times could feel them. That is why his work never died. Even after he passed away, his stories continued to live. His plays were performed again and again. New actors came. New audiences came. But the stories stayed the same, strong and powerful. His influence also changed the English language. He created new words. He used language in a new way. Words like lonely and generous became part of everyday speech. When people speak English today, they are still using his ideas. They are still using his words. His life proved something important. A person does not need to be born rich to change the world. A person does not need power to be remembered. What matters is what you create. What matters is how you touch people. William Shakespeare started as a poor boy in a small town, but in the end he became a voice for the world. And that voice still speaks today. William Shakespeare's story is not only about the past, it is also about you. When you learn English today, you are walking a similar path. You may feel confused. You may feel slow. You may feel that learning English is difficult. But remember this, even Shakespeare started small. He learned step by step. He listened. He read. He practiced. That is exactly what you are doing now. Every word you learn is a step forward. Every story you listen to helps your mind grow. Do not worry about mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Keep listening. Keep reading. Keep repeating. One day you will understand more. One day you will speak with confidence. English is not just a language, it is a bridge. It connects you to the world, and today you are building that bridge. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. You can also leave a comment below. Tell me which story you want next. We read every comment, and we are here to help you learn. Thank you for listening. Keep learning. Keep growing. See you in the next story.